Hello friends, welcome to my cozy haven. My name is Fiona. I'm really glad you clicked my video today. I'm going to be chatting to you about the books I've read this week and about what I'm going to be reading this coming weekend. So happy September everyone. Yes, I've started. I've got a little bit of autumnal decor, but not a lot. I'll get the other stuff done later on. I'm not in a hurry to do it, which is fine. Excuse me. But yeah, I've spent the week with this nice like sinusy kind of coldy thing, so I haven't read that much, but it's been not too bad actually. So I finished, hold on, I'm trying to get my books here so that I can actually just sit them on my lap and that's it, done. I finished on my tablet The Story Collector by Evie Woods. I'm going to give this one 4 out of 5. I did enjoy it. So it's a dual timeline story about the sort of modern time and then like 100 years previous. So we're looking at in 1910, a gentleman comes over to Ireland from Oxford. He's an American. He is studying like folklore and fairy lore, and how much of a belief system there is for that within the Celtic nations. He asks a local lass to help him be translator because most of the people within the village speak Irish Gaelic. And her family agree, he pays her. There's things that happen within the big house as well, so you have all of that going on. You then have 2010, a lady who is who leaves herself and her husband separate on Christmas Day. She's supposed to fly to Boston, but at the airport sees something about a fairy tree in Ireland that people are trying to save, and they want a motorway. The motorway has to be built round about it. So she switches her plane ticket from Boston to Ireland, and this is the story of her being in Ireland and how her life and the life of the young girl in 1910, how they sort of overlap in many ways. It was really well written. I really did enjoy it. As I say, I gave it 4 out of 5. This was my second Evie Woods, and I will definitely be reading more by her because I just really like the way she writes. Excuse me. And her stories are just always so interesting. So that was the first book. I then managed to finish off reading A Rough Royal Christmas by Karen Shaler. This is her newest Christmas book, and it was delightful. It got 4.5 out of 5. So we meet the Princess Ava, I think her name is, and her mother. They are celebrating, herself and her mum are celebrating the first Christmas without her father. Her father passed away, and I'm just double checking the girl's name is Eva. I'm pretty sure it is. Just chat amongst yourselves a minute. Yes, I was right. So we meet Ava, and Ava is very much, how am I going to put it? Everything has to be done by the book, and everything has to be perfect, and within an inch, it can't be out by a millimetre, it's got to be bang on. And we meet her decorating the castle for the big Christmas charity ball. And into the hall comes this gentleman, and she's like, I will be with you, I will do blah 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 in a minute, I will be with you in a minute, I will look at where's your wreath, you haven't brought your wreath, and stuff like this. And before he can get a word in edgeways, her mother comes in, and her mother appears with this collie dog called Stormy, and the name is very apt because Stormy is a rescue dog and he is very exuberant. He loves people. He seems to love Christmas and all things Christmas decor wise, and Ava's like, Mother, what have you done? Oh, we're going to introduce Stormy as our new member of the family at the Christmas ball. And Ava's like, no, we're supposed to be announcing my engagement to Henry. And the mum's, no, we're doing Stormy. So the mum decides that she's going off to Paris and leaving Ava and this gentleman called Justin, who is a dog trainer, leaving them in charge of Stormy or trying to train Stormy for being ready to be announced at Christmas, the Christmas ball. But Stormy goes missing. And Ava panics and she says to Justin, you're going to have to help me find him. And like Edgar, who is like her second, her right-hand man, as it were, it's like, you need to tell the Queen. And she's like, no, give me X number of hours to try and find the dog. And this is the story of them trying to find Stormy. And of Ava maybe realising that, is Henry really the one that she wants to marry and spend her time with when he basically is not interested, that the dog is lost, is more worried about her being seen out and about wearing jeans, etc. So it was really well done. There's a twist in it that I honestly did not see coming. And for that I was really grateful. I was like, what? But I loved it. Karen Shaler writes such great Christmas books, and the characters are so believable. The plot lines are just so much fun to read. So yes, definitely, if you can, this Christmas time coming, pick up A Rough Royal Christmas by Karen Shaler. You will not be disappointed. And then, with not feeling that great, I decided, I wanted to read something very quick and easy, and I read Visitors for the Shalley School by Helen McClellan. This was the very first ever fill-in Shalley School book that was ever written, and it was so good. This is about Grange House, a London school that some of their sixth formers are doing a sort of European tour, and they end up at the Turnsey. They end up making friends with the Shalley School people because Juliet, who was a Shalley School girl, is now in college in London and has befriended Patricia, one of the girls in the book. And it was Juliet that managed to sort of work out that the Grange House come to the Turnsey and spend time there. And it's a story of Patricia and various things that are happening in her life. There we catch up with the Shalley School girls as to what's happening. There's high tricks as usual. There's a solemn time for Elisaveta. There's the Christmas pageant. You get Joey's birthday. Joey kind of settling into not having Madge at the school all the time. It was really well written, and it was a very good first fill-in, I have to say. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm going to give this one 4 out of 5. Thoroughly enjoyed that. I also started 2 buddy reads this week. The first is with Elizabeth from Lizziefayelovesbooks. I will try and remember to put a link to her channel down below. And that is The Corner of Holly and Ivy by Debbie Mason. This is book number 7, I think it is, in the Harmony Harbour series. I think this is number 7. And it is really interesting. I'll soon tell you, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is 7. So this is Ariana and Connor's story. And the last we saw of Ariana, she was being pulled out of Tie the Knot and was being bustled into an ambulance. Because obviously there was the big fire. So it picks up from that point onwards. Things are happening for Ariana and family-wise. Some of it I am like, come on, no, that's not right. And she's been persuaded to run for mayor of the town against Connor's uncle Daniel. And she's doesn't really want to do it, but she is doing it. And it's like Connor's backing her, as is her grandmother, as is Connor's father. And then the town are now beginning to back her as well. I'm really enjoying it. It's a good read. It's not as fanciful as the last one, which I really appreciate. It's more serious, and I am enjoying it very, very much. And the other book I've picked up is The Enchanted Greenhouse by Sarah Beth Durst. I took the cover off. Hold on, just give me 2 shakes. She says, trying to get up without falling down, so that I can let you see the cover, because the cover is absolutely delightful. There is the cover. Is that not just absolutely gorgeous? So, yeah. So this one is to do with Thurla, and she was the librarian that was mentioned in the first book, The Spell Shop, who had been statuified, if that's even a word, but she made it up. Statuified for creating a sentient plant, i.e. Kaz. But something has happened, and she ends up on this island, and she's unstatued, and she has met this man called Yarrow, who is the gardener who's looking after all the greenhouses, and there's a flying cat as well. The greenhouses, the descriptions of the greenhouses and of the cottage that Yarrow lives in, and various things are just absolutely delightful. Yes, I'm tabbing like Billy on this thing at the moment, and I have even given myself a little indication, which I think is even better. So I'm getting the hang of this annotation thing. I think. But I am loving this. I'm loving the descriptions. I am loving the characters and the situations they're finding themselves in. It is just a delightful, delightful read. I haven't read today's 2 chapters. We're only doing 2 chapters a day. I'm reading this with Sonia from Soniawithani, Emily from Emily's Epic Adventures, Emily's Excellent Epics, sorry, and Rebecca the Colorfulbooknester. So I'm reading it with all 3 of these lovely ladies, and it's so much fun chatting back and forward about it. I am participating in the Scooby-Doo readathon, but not by rolling a die. I was just feeling too yucky to do that. So I decided what I was going to do is looking at the books that I was reading, did they fit any of the prompts? And I think between this one, The Enchanted Greenhouse, The Corner of Holly and Ivy, and Visitors from the Shalley School, I think I filled every single Scooby-Doo prompt. So, Sonia, I hope that's okay. I really do. It was the only way I could think of to participate without putting any sort of pressure on myself when I'm not feeling that brilliant. So I'm just seeing that my battery's about to die. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video, friends. Have you read any of the books that I've mentioned? Please come chat with me down in the comments. What books have you been reading this week? What books are you reading this weekend? Have you got any plans for the weekend? Mine is just to have a quiet weekend, to try and totally recover from this. Do the grocery shop with Dad tomorrow. And I've got a few things I need to try and get into ready for posting on Monday. There'll be rugby on, and I'll just sit and chill and relax. But that's it for this video, friends. I hope you've enjoyed it. As I say, it's been very quick because I noticed that my battery's dying. I hope that you're well and that you're enjoying the first part of the first bear month of the year. Please let me know if you started decorating. Do you decorate your house for autumn? If so, what kind of things do you do? I'd love to know. As I say, I've got the cushions out. I'm going to change these pictures out probably over the weekend. I don't know if I'm going to do much else. I'll have a look. I'll think about it. I'll see. But I'm waffling. just to try and fill up space, but I am waffling. So anyway, I'm going to let you go now before I start coughing. But until my next video, friends, stay safe. Happy reading. Bye.